Why do you make it so hard to enjoy your game?
Shoot him, Kevin!
Hello everybody, I'm Roadblock and this is a Raid Shadow Legends video. So this is a tough one. I try to stay positive on this channel. I try to look at the upside. I try to look at, why would they do stuff? Is it trying to balance out for other things or whatever? And by they, I mean Plarium. They keep kind of doing this inflation thing in their game, and it's very frustrating. Probably a year ago now, I'd say, at the very least a couple of months ago, it started with Dungeon Divers, where they ramped up the points in Dungeon Divers requirement, right, for fusions. And it's just been like nickel and dime, nickel and dime, nickel and dime, and now we have this after party path. I'm pretty disappointed about it, honestly. I'm not a big, I don't know how to word this the right way for you guys, but generally speaking, I value my time a little bit more than I do souls on champions. That's not to say that souls are not good, right? Souls are incredible. You saw me basically destroy my account the other day chasing after a soul for my mythical nice, right? So I understand how good souls are. I'm not trying to say that souls are bad, but generally speaking, I tend not to do the Titan events and such unless it's a nuker, because I just don't care that much. Stop right there. Click the link in the description right now to get a free legendary Elenaril and 3 free amazing epics as you level up. Here are the exact steps that you need to follow. Step 1, log out of Plarium Play on PC and uninstall. Step 2, click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Step 3, launch Raid and complete the tutorial. Step 4, go to your inbox and claim your first champ. Here we go. You'll find Elenaril here, as well as Uugo at level 10, Tagoar at level 20, and Rector Drath at 30. Don't forget to use the promo code Supreme6 to get yourself the awesome Supreme Galek. This is an amazing account start in Raid. So click on my link right now and follow the steps. The 5-star soul for Fabian would be very, very good. Cost is more than I'm willing to take on. So for example, going back a few months ago with Freya, she had, I think it was a hero's path to get her, or there was some, or no, it may have been the card flip. It was some kind of event to get Freya. I remember and I remember being very excited because I thought she was a very good champion. I thought she was going to pair very well with my Harima, and so I was super excited to get her. And then I looked at the cost, and they had doubled the cost from the previous event of its kind, and so I chose not to do it. Here again, we have an event that, I was like, well, if it's not anything too crazy, I might be able to participate and take part in it. This is too crazy. I'm sorry, but this is more effort than I'm willing to put into the game, at least at this point. And not only effort, but also resources, right? So if we look at the points breakdown, Sacred Shards, yeah, they're 4,500. I have not done the math on it. I've seen a few headlines on my YouTube this morning. I'm actually doing a rare recording during the day instead of at night. So I've seen a little bit of stuff on it. I haven't really watched any full-fledged videos on it. It's just too much. I mean, 4,500 isn't even enough just to by itself to get the 3-star soul. So now take all of the points that you would need to get down there. I mean, how many just to get to the 3-star soul, let alone the 4 or the 5-star? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I am pretty disappointed at this. I do feel like the 4-star soul is somewhat attainable, but even doing the math on it, I mean, in my head here, this is more than a sacred, more than a sacred, more than a sacred, more than a sacred. That's 4, 5, probably maybe 5 or 6 sacreds there, right? Just there alone. And then this, to get to them, is another 2 sacreds. This is just to get a 3-star soul. Don't quote me too much on this. My math is pretty basic here. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna blow smoke all the time. Like, I'm gonna be honest and be like, this is too much. And I don't want to go too far and too crazy to say that it's really impacting the player base, but as a clan leader, I hear it, from my own clan. I have people in my clan that are getting burnt out and that are getting sick of these changes and are unfortunately leaving the game. And this is frustrating for me, right? I love this game. I don't know why I do. If people ask me what I do for a living right now, I'll be honest. I'll be like, yeah, I'm a YouTube content creator. And like, oh, cool. What kind of stuff do I do? Video game content. Like, oh, that's so cool. What games do you play? I do Raid Shadow Legends content. Like, that's how I say it, and they're like, oh, I think I heard of that game before, or I've never heard of that, or whatever it is, right? But I wish that I didn't have to be so embarrassed about the game that I love. And I do. I see it in the comments, people coming at me and saying like, oh, why do you play this game? This is so bad or whatever. But I like it. And that's all that matters, right? As long as I like it, I don't really care about what other people, how they feel about it. Which is why I still eventually tell them the game that I play. But it gets so hard to defend this game against the haters when stuff like this happens. I mean, when I first started this channel and I was doing my free-to-play series on the free-to-play account, so many people in the comments were telling me, this game is only pay to win. You have to spend money. You can't play this game free-to-play. Clearly I proved them wrong. This is my free-to-play account. Very successful account. Very well progressed, and we've done a lot of coverage on it, so I don't need to go too deep into it. But you can play this game free to play, but yeah, they certainly make it feel like you can't. Maybe that's by design so that people will spend money, but the fact of the matter is that the cost of this is too steep, and not even just in the term of shards, but also when you consider the time investment, especially for champion training. I've talked about this before, and this is a personal thing. I know a lot of players don't do that this way, but for me personally, I certainly have a tendency to do champion training stuff manually. And what do I mean by that is that, while you can do stuff like edit queue and set up champions to get leveled and stuff like that, I tend to manually click each time. Right? I've talked about this before, and I'll briefly summarize it. I will have this up over on this monitor right here. I'll have some type of YouTube video or movie or TV show that I'm watching. This goes off. I hit run again, watching, run again. Oh, this person hit 30, take them out, put a new one in, run again. That's kind of how I do champion training. Now, I'm not saying that anybody else should do that. I probably shouldn't be doing that, but that's just a method that our approach that I've always taken when it comes to champion training. I guess I haven't really looked at the points for the champion training portion of this, but even if you're doing the brew trick where you kind of are putting brews into your food before you feed them, I just don't, this isn't going to be quick. I'll put it that way. I mean, that's just the simplest way to put it. And it gets even more difficult when you consider having a lack of gems to contribute to your energy to do this. If you are really interested in getting the soul, by the way, like, I won't completely, to try to deter you. Keep in mind that right now we do have energy in the clan shop, right? That's going to be a great way to get 1,000 energy that you can go ahead and use in your champion training progress, and make sure that you're also doing what I call the brew trick, which it's common, a lot of videos about it out there. But let's say that you're going to rank up this 3-star here, right? So what you'll do is you'll find the food that you're going to feed them. So I've got one here. I'll put 2 brews into a 3-star, okay? Each 3-star that I'm going to feed to them, I will put 2 brews, taking them all to level 15. And then when you rank that guy up, you feed the 3 level 15 food. And that actually gains you a lot of points when it comes to champion training. So if you guys don't already know that tip, I think a lot of us do, but just in case you don't, and you are going to go for the Fabian Soul, actually make sure you do that. It really, it increases the amount of points you gain a ton when it comes to champion training. If you're ranking up higher level stuff, like 4-star stuff, just put about I usually put 4 brews into my 4 stars because that will get them to about halfway, right? That takes them to level 21, so a little over halfway. You could also do 3 if you wanted to, but that only takes you to 18. So I tend to do 4 for my 4 stars and 5 for my 5-star food that I would put into something I want a 6-star. So just a little tip there. I won't be all negative here, and you can even see like I did generate some points right from that. So if you are going to go for it, you know, great. I think it's a good idea. I think the soul is very good for Fabian, but I'm not going to go for it. And this kind of stuff just makes it so hard to really defend the game and to sell the game to people that, or even in my own clan, that love this game too, or at least have loved it up to a point and are now getting to that area where they're like, I can't keep up with this, man. Like, you know, sure, you gave me some of my time back with quick battles in Hydra and Clan Boss, sure, but, you know, you're still taking more time away from me now in your events and your tournaments and things like that. And I do know, before you guys yell at me in the comments, I do know there is a Fire Night tournament where you can get a key, which, by the way, that's dumb. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Like, that's as the highest level reward in a niche dungeon, right? Not niche, not the dungeon isn't niche, but you're setting limitations on the dungeon. You're forcing me to use epic only champions, and you're going to make the highest possible reward a key to another event? Nah, this should be, you know, it just was, right? We just talked about it. This should be an Immortal Soulstone or something along those lines. It should not, in my opinion, be a key to this after party path. Now, I do think that it is beneficial to do Fire Night to get that key, because it might save you some resources that you would put towards getting another key if you're trying to go for the 4-star. So theoretically, right, and this is all, I have not hyper analyzed this, I just haven't because I'm pissed. Theoretically, if you go down one of these sides, I'm just picking a random side here, you're going to get the key along the way to get the 3-star soul. Then you do Fire Night and you've already got yourself a 4-star soul, assuming that you earn the points for it. So that's an approach that you could take. Does that save you more resources than what it would cost you to go down and get a second key? I don't know. I truly don't, right? Anyways, I wanted to voice my frustrations, but I also wanted to keep it real with you guys. And, you know, I'm not just going to blow smoke and sing praises about this game. If they do something that I don't like, I'm going to call them out on it. And I don't like this. I don't. Just plain and simple. I know a lot of you are going for it. I know a lot of people in my clan are going for it. Good luck to you guys. I hope you don't burn yourselves out too hard. I know the last time I took on one of these really lofty challenges, I can't remember if it was a hero's path or what it was, but it was for it was a massive grind that we all did for the Latrion Blade Master. I remember doing a really big grind for this guy, and I was exhausted by the end of it. So hopefully you guys don't burn yourselves out on it. Sorry for kind of a downer video, but, you know, I did want to make sure that I just come out and say, like, hey, I don't like this, because hopefully, look, I'm a small content creator, but, you know, maybe my voice will be heard. Who knows, right? But all I know is that I'm not going to participate in it, because, quite frankly, that's the only way that they're going to know, right? From my understanding is analytics mean a lot to them. So if they make an event that's too expensive and a lot of people don't do it, then hopefully they make less events like that. But I guess we'll never really know. So, all right, well, I just want to say thank you to everybody for watching. If you are new here and have not considered subscribing, please consider doing so, as it is the best way to support my channel right now. I really want to make a push for 5,000 subscribers. We're currently at 4,500, so we're getting very, very close. But thank you for watching either way, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Take care.